Bismillah. Okay, boys, welcome back to the second section of this 2023 past paper discussion. Yeah, without a further ado, we'll just quickly jump onto the questions. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So we have question number 11, which talk about two's complement of binary representation. Yes. And that is minus 49. If it is plus 49, we are not going to change into two's complement, which is actually the binary. Just convert to binary, you will get plus 49. Then you have to flip it back. Okay. Anyhow, the first section is you have to convert to uh, binary and you have to use 8 bits. So 8 bits is the standard you will get. 8 bits is the standard you will get. I'm repeating that because there is the two's complement calculation even in Python. And when you do Python, make sure that you convert to 8-bit and then you do the calculations. Okay, for example, if they ask minus 7, you may go for like 0 1 1 1 and you flip it and add 1, it will be like 1 0 0 0. So last year, I think Mortua paper had this problem. And yeah, when you do in the computer, you get another answer. When you do it on the paper, you will get another answer if you're using 4 bits. So 4 bits, yes, you can do, but when you run in Python, it will use 8-bit standard. So you have to make sure that you always go for an 8-bit, just a side note on that. Okay. So the other section is just convert to binary here. So 49, you have to convert to binary. So of course you need more than 32. So I just go for the quick method. We call this as 8-bit matrix. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. I'm gonna erase this guy here. 64, 1 to 8. Then this is 8-bit matrix. We don't need 128. We don't need 64. We have to use 32. So to make 49. Okay, so our target to make 49. Then we're gonna go on converting that to 2's complement. Okay, so if you reduce 32 there, you'll be remaining with 17. Yes, you have to use 16, then another one to make it 17. So if you convert this back, 32 plus 16 is 48. 48 plus 1 is, sorry, I made a mistake here. 48 plus 1 is 49. Okay. So there are multiple methods. Actually, there are three methods to convert from two's complement to binary when you're writing in your hand. Okay, so I'm going to very short and most simplest method. Okay, so if you don't know this, just try to work with it. If it is that does not work for you, just leave it around. Okay, so first you have to go, once you convert to binary, first you have to use the right side and go until you meet the first one. So I'm meeting the first one here. So I'm gonna write it down. So if the first one is there here, for example, if your thing come like this or something like that, so you have to write this, you have to write this, you have to write this. Okay. Until the first one is met, you'll have to go like that and then flip everything other side. So just have to flip it. So answer is 1100 1111 1100 1111. So answer is going to be this one. Okay. So make sure that you do this 2 times. So what as a teacher, I recommend that you use 2 methods to do this. Okay, so mostly binary calculations people go wrong even if they know what is the method and all, because there might be a silly mistake, some binary mistake. Okay, so make sure that you use 2 times to do this calculation if you have time. Okay, so make it as a practice if you do have time. Okay, next one, question number 12. And yeah, so consider the following logic circuit which X indicates two input logic gates. So you have AB here, so it goes here as A dot B, the whole thing is barred, and it goes for both of the sides. Okay, up and down, and something is there. Which are the following X to be that when A is 0, B is 1, the output is going to be 0. When A is 0, B is 1, the output going to be 0. So if A is 0 and B is 1, so when A dot 0 dot 1 is 0, so this is going to be 1 here. So basically it's going to be 1 and 1. So if you input 1 and 1, the output should be 0. So we have to find what logic gate works on this principle. Okay. So if you draw the truth table, A, B, I just put X here. So I'll just put uh, some some other value. I'm going to put alif and alif bar here. This is how they do in Arabic actually. Arabic alphabet over here because AB is already there. I have to find something else. Okay. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 and 1. Okay, so this is how the normal thing is. Anyhow, our concern is this. When you put 1 and 1, 1 and 1, it should be 0. So which gate allows this? Of course, NAND gate allows this. NAND gate says 1 and 1. AND gate gives you 1. NAND gates gives you 0. So that's going to be work. No gate 1 and 1. So I just put plus here. This dot here. It's going to be 1. And opposite of that going to be 0. It also gives this. In XOR gate, if the inputs are odd, that's a 1. If the inputs are even, that's a 0. So here you put in ones inputs ones are even here. So it's going to be giving a 0. So all three is the answer. Good. Question number 13. Which of the following is the simplified form of Boolean expression? Okay. So if they ask the most simplified format, if they ask in the question as most simplified format, you have to go for K-maths. You have to go for K-maths. And to go for K-maths, you should have the equation in standard form, which means all the terms should be in all the expression of a SOP, okay, or a POS. So what you can do is you can just go and simply multiply this one because distribution law here, x plus x bar dot plus x dot y. So we know the law, okay, which if commits opposites, we have x dot x bar, which gives it 0. Because if when this guy is 1, this guy becomes 0. When this guy becomes 0, anyhow multiplication will give you 0. You will remain with x dot y. Question number 13, answer number 3. Very simple, not even a minute gonna take it for you. Okay, question number 14 now. A program in execution in computer is called as process. They have given a definition. Which of the following state transition sequence of such a process? So process has mainly we have 3 states and we do have 5 state diagram as a normal standard, or we have 7 state diagram. So when the process is new, it is admitted to ready. So it's on ready. Then once it's ready, once everything is okay, the CPU can work with it. It is dispatched to running, and once the running is over, it is terminated to go for exit. In between, if there is a trouble or if there is, it's working in round robin, which gives a time quantum. And if you have anything, sometimes running goes back to ready in case of a context switch, anything when the process is ready but it's not running. Okay. Or if it is waiting for something to happen, you are saving a file until the file is saved. You are sent to print until you send to print. Something he is waiting to do something. He's waiting for an input or an output. It go into the wait state. Once the input output event is wait, when it's released, it's go for the uh, ready state back. Okay. So new, ready, running, terminated. Yes, it is a sequence. It can be done. New does not go directly to the block. So here's we have the issue. So this arrow has the issue, so it will not work. And blocked does not go for terminated. Okay, new to ready, ready to blocked. This will not happen. Block to running also not happens. New to running will not happen. Running to ready, yes. Ready to running, yes. Running to terminate, yes. New to blocked, no. That suspended is there. It's not blocked actually. It is suspended. You are moving to the from the RAM to hard disk drive. Just moving that out. Block to ready, yes. Ready to running, yes. Yeah. So these red things are not possible. So answer is technically the number 1. Yes. Question number 15. So we have if you are not familiar, this guy is not Amara, this is Amara. Now this is there like in many past papers as well, because he's a boy, because it is he here. Just the Easter and Easter egg if you don't know stuff. Okay. Anyhow, Amara powers the computer, and it's not an Easter egg, by the way. Powers the computer and start the spreadsheet application. Then he opens a web browser. So first it is spreadsheet. Okay. So he make a context switch to web browser. It's a very easy question. When you make a context switch is done by operating system. Okay, OS takes over the context switch. Sorry, wrong color by the way. So yeah, operating system takes over from spreadsheet. Operating system take over, then it goes to web browser. Which of the following are possible execution sequence of a process of this computer? Okay, when you switch on the computer, it opens the ROM. It goes to the ROM and activates the firmware called as BIOS. Now, recent, like, latest have different versions of, like, BIOS is kind of outdated. I mean, there are a lot of new versions are coming on for booting, the first booting option. Okay. BIOS seeks, the settings on CMOS, like, that's the initiation process. So when you switch on the computer, so CPU directs to read the ROM, which is BIOS inside it. So first thing that activate is BIOS. What BIOS does, it loads the part of the operating system required to running to the RAM. So why you need BIOS and why you need CMOS settings is, in CMOS settings we can prioritize which from where to load the operating system or first installation. Okay, so if you have multiple operating systems, you can order it. Okay, inside CMOS settings, you can give the hierarchy. If it is, you have to open hard disk drive first, because in one partition you can keep one open operating system. Say if you are running Windows with Linux and you want to run Linux, you can select from CMOS the other partition. So it will load its operating system, which is Linux. Okay. So that's what the, like, main whole thing behind this. Okay. Operating system, it loads the operating system. Then CPU runs the operating system's instruction. So first thing first, it always goes from BIOS to OS. So that is correct. Here it's correct. Here it's correct. Here it's correct. So these are the wrong answers. It is getting eliminated with the beginning. Then operating system, it runs the spreadsheet software. Then from spreadsheet software, it is here. This is where the control transfers from here to operating system. Then from operating system web browser, again it goes like that once ever you answer. So this is a possible answer. We'll check the other answers. For operating system spreadsheet, it does not directly go to web browser. That is a mistake. Here also, it goes directly. So answer is naturally number 1. Question number 15, answer number 1. Okay. Question number 16. Which of the following statements are true? They are asking which of them are true. Okay. A firewall acts as a packet filter, inspecting all the packets entering network. Yes, it's worked like a watchdog. It sniff all the packets. It just see through all the packets and see is that okay to enter this guy, like just like the watchdog, like, it stays behind your gate and checks all the people that is entering and exiting. If there is a uh, suspicious person, this guy barks. And in firewall that stops. We have something called intrusion detection system. Okay, anyhow, so first one is going to be correct. Okay, second one, a malware that mislead users. Malware means malicious software that is created for the malicious purpose that harms the, system or the person, like anything that it can harm, we call as malware. Okay, misleads. Okay, it misleads means it's yeah, you know what mislead is. The users by discussing itself as a standard program and is termed as a Trojan horse. Okay, we just call as a Trojan. You know the history of Trojan. Like in a city, there was a in the middle there was a big art piece of art of a horse, and people thought that that is for the adornment, and it does not have, like, they never thought that enemies are inside that. So once they captured the city, they were drunk, and, like, at the night they were like sleeping, and when the night time comes, these guys came and killed them all, like inside the Trojan. So Trojan is something that seems good, but it does the harmful thing. Okay. So we know from Google, you cannot download YouTube videos. There are third-party apps that gives YouTube access, like, you can download YouTube videos, but that is most probably they can write some like a malicious code and send to you. They can spy on you. They can do a lot of stuff with that, because people are going to install that. So make sure that you, like, you trust the entity that you're downloading the videos from. Oh, sorry, apps from. Okay, that's the correct one. A strong password should have combination of uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, symbols to sufficient strength. Yeah, including the length of. If they have included the length, it will be like, education for you guys. Yeah, length is given. Yeah, this is what the strong password is. The answer is number 5. Going ahead, question number 17. Which of the following statements are true? One of the uses of encryption is to ensure the confidentiality. Okay, in computing and security, we have something called CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality takes on that says that the information that you are sending is confidential. Integrity states that it is true, it is reliable, it is honest. The information that you're getting is true information. And finally, availability. Whenever you request to access this, you should have access, and confidentiality is ensured by encryption. That's correct. Every user needs to have a pair of dissimilar keys in asymmetric key encryption. Yes, asymmetric key encryption opposes to symmetric key encryption has a pair of keys. So if you locked with one, you cannot unlock with the same thing. You have to use the other pair of it. Yes. Users must have must share a common key when exchanging information in symmetric key. Yeah, it's single key. Okay, so all ABs are correct. Going ahead, I have to be very quick here now. Okay, question number 18. Which of the following considers erroneous when received by in even parity system? In even parity, final reception should have even number of ones. So just count them, and once you find even, you can go ahead. So first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we have another level up to go. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, no. This has 4. This has 4. This has 4. This has 5. I have a doubt here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has 4. Sorry, it's erroneously. They're asking which is the error one. Not correctly submitted. My bad, guys. Read the question, and yeah, that's my careless now. Okay, so answer is this. This is an error. It has odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is odd. Okay, question number 19. Match the devices labeled from A to E corresponding description from 1 to 5. Okay, we have client half. We'll go for this right side because this is shorter. It's better to go for the longer and match with what is shorter. Stores network programs and data files for the users to access. Network programs for users to access. So client does not do that. Hub, router, those are network devices. Switch, yeah, these three are network devices, and this is the client and this is the server. So that should be server, which keeps stores for users to access. You can have a local server in your place, or you can have a hosted server which is on the internet. A connecting device between local area network and wide area network. So it is connecting two networks. Okay, so that's of course a router. When a message is received, this transmitted it only to the port which the destination computer is attached. So this is a switch. which intelligently switches the packet to only to the destination computer. A contrast with hubs, which sends the data for all over the network. So that's going to be a switch here. Request service and content from other computers. Request services. So this guy is not giving services. This guy is requesting services. Of course, that's going to be the client. And finally, messages it broadcasts. It gives every guy, which is the work of hub. So A is for only this guy, I think the answer. B is 5, is that B is 5? Yes. C is 2, that's correct. D is 1, that's correct. E is 3. So mm, not a good mixing here. So you can just get with the guessing of first one, you can because there's only A4 is here. I say it's a weak question. I mean, they could have a little bit more complicated here. Okay, so yeah, it's better. I don't know how they work. They might have make certain questions easier, made certain question hard, maybe to give you guys a little bit time. Okay, sometimes they might have put little harder questions back in the day then, and they might have made these questions easier. Because I don't know their psychology. We can go for a guess, by the way, but we don't see that plays that because we are teachers. We are just people who uh, enjoy teaching, and we can go for some extended, but we are not the responsible entity, and we don't see the big picture because they are on the state. They have to consider all the students and all the school systems, all the things that they have to consider and put this exam even in the time limits. Okay, so they have the freedom to do everything over there. Okay, last question in this particular video. Question number 20. Select the answers contain the correct statement for A, B in the following paragraph. In the internet, a host is identified by its IP address. Okay, every host has an IP address. Each IP version 4 address, which has 32 bits, okay, which has 32 bits, consists of, yeah, they're asking number of bits, 32 bits to identify host. The newer version, IP version 6, is having 128 bit, it's 4 times larger than IP version 4. Okay, consists of that amount of bit. That's, yeah, it's a simple question over there. Okay, boys, thanks for joining.